these channels, so should be a good one, TGE, and here we go.
So this is an interesting start right off the bat here. We have got a level in the start screen, and it's looking like, according to what I'm seeing on Putz' screen here, this could be level 1, because we're already getting an early diamond staircase. So this is going to be an interesting clip for Putz, because having to do a block clip without some sort of weapon to buffer it is extremely difficult.
Well, he is making an attempt at it, but meanwhile, cantaloupeme exited that level. He is just going to go ahead and explore Hyrule for now.
Yeah, and I actually agree with Cantaloupe's mentality here, because as you can see, Putz having all sorts of trouble here, spending almost 30 seconds to try and get that block clip, although he is rewarded somewhat with the recorder here. I don't necessarily agree with taking all that time just to get the recorder. If it had been something, like a red ringer, perhaps I would have, completely disagreed. But I agree with Cantaloupe here, opting to not worry about it, because it's going to be so much easier a little bit later to come back with something to buffer that clip.
So keep that in mind that one of the items, it could be level 1 or it could be level 8. Again, not enough information at this time, because the diamond staircase can also be in level 8. So it could be level 1, it could be level 8, but we do know that the recorder is one of the items for sure.
Yeah, now we've got a heart container there, pickup from Putz, as he found a bonus escape. Now this is interesting, because I'm not sure if you should be taking the heart there or taking a candle. However, just because it's an early find, and I know a lot of runners like to take an early candle in seeds such as this, or in randomize, just because it allows them to burn bushes a whole lot easier and potentially to discover more dungeons, or actually give them the weapon to fight things if they come across an early dungeon.
Cantaloupeme found a dungeon behind vanilla level 3, but there was nothing he could do there. With no weapon, you're pretty much kind of stuck. You gotta go somewhere else. Putz does not have a timer. Where's Putz?
All right, so I do apologize that we were just getting our time sinks here. So that's already 3 levels we've discovered here in this seed, and looks like we have found level. Although this looks like level 1 on Putz' side, so it looks like level 8 was down by start.
Yes, indeed. Oh, and we have found our first rupees of this contest, and it's a huge secret for Cantaloupeme. It is a 95 rupee secret, so just slightly less than the 100 you normally see in Vanilla 1. Still pretty good money. So yes, level 1 then is where the Armo statue is. Oh, and the wooden sword has been found by Cantaloupeme.
And that's a huge thing for him to find, as well as he's over here in the Armo section, and I believe he's also going to find the Armo item here based on what we've seen on Putz' side of the screen.
All right, so let's find out.
Oh, did you see what that item was underneath that Armos?
I think that was a silver arrow.
That was the silver arrows.
Oh, what a terrific find there for Cantaloupe. And right now, we see that Putz found a candle shop. Price is pretty reasonable, 47 rupees.
Yeah, it's an absolutely huge find there. Or I should say a huge find for the price. And Cantaloupe, as you can see, with the sword, able to quickly buffer in and get that diamond clip there in what we now know is level 8.
Yes, indeed. So he's going to be looking for another item in level 8 that is going to be behind a staircase. Now, if my memory serves me correct, there's still one more diamond staircase to be found, but it could also be behind the spiral staircase, or it could potentially be behind a corridor staircase.
That is 100% correct.
Right now, Putz has found the same level that Cantaloupeme discovered, but there's nothing he can do. He's going to try to do that trick, that scrolling trick, to see if he can unlock a door, which he does.
Let's take a look and see what we can accomplish in here. And we got another diamond staircase. So this feels like it could potentially be level 7.
Ooh, yes. Triple Dodongo's guarding it when he's trying to do that clip. Oh, not going to be fun.
No. And he's still having to do the clip bufferless here, whereas he does manage to get it, which is nice, but it's going to be a lot easier for Cantaloupe because he has the sword to allow him to buffer this clip, which, as you can see here, watch, bing, bang, boom, in, out, no big deal.
He went through that like a hot knife through butter. Easy for him.
But we are running into a huge deal right now. All the dungeons that we've been in so far, Putz obviously hasn't been able to do anything in the dungeons that he's found because he has no weapon. Both in levels 8 and 7 for Cantaloupe, however, he is unable to make any progress because he has been key blocked or bomb blocked out of both the dungeons. So he's looking to either get a key drop somewhere, or hopefully one of these overworld enemies is generous enough to drop him a bomb.
Unfortunately, that blue Lionel was not generous to him. No bombs there, but maybe these Moblins and blue Octrox could help him.
I'm going to go with no on that one.
Of course not, because there's never bombs around when you want them.
And Cantaloupe now has found the bonus cave here, and I 100% agree with Cantaloupe taking the candle here. Putz, you saw, took the heart. Now Cantaloupe not only has access to a sword to kill things, but he can also start burning a bunch of stuff within the forest and the dead woods, which is going to give him a huge advantage because he can now start finding more rupee caves, potentially find things such as, more bonus caves, shops, the blue ring, things of that nature.
Absolutely. I like that move. And behind the vanilla blue ring Armo statue, we find a medium secret worth 28 rupees. It's, again, a little bit less than what you normally find, but still not too bad.
Yep. The other thing to factor in here is, I mentioned earlier Cantaloupe and his numerous attempts at Zelda 1 any percent. So he is used to traversing through most of the game with the wooden sword. So watching him kill things with the wooden sword isn't going to be a big issue for him. So he's perfectly content with going through and doing wood sword for most of it. So he taking a candle there is 100% the right move. And now he also gets rewarded by taking the candle and finding a second bonus cave.
Yep, and he's now got 4 hearts. That gives him a 1 out of 3 chance. And, there's a penalty door repair cave there. It's going to cost him 22 rupees.
Yeah, so the door repair is going to be a little bit trolly when it comes to the amount of rupees in this seed. However, it is one of those longer messages, so if our runners have saved, they can definitely up an A. And, look at that!
Huge find. It's a white sword 5 for Cantaloupe. Can he pick it up? No, sir. 4 hearts, not enough for this seed. You need somewhere between 4 hearts and 6 hearts to pick up the white sword. So now if he finds another heart container, he'll have a 50% chance in his mind to pick it up. Putz finding that same huge secret behind vanilla level 1, so that's going to give him 123 rupees. Oh, look at the price of the blue ring. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think that's the cheapest it can possibly be. Yes, 230?
230 is the cheapest it can be because all prices in the game are plus or minus 20 rupees. And that hint you just saw there from Fap there to the southeast of level 1, that's actually going to be the magic sword hint. So meet an old man by a lake. So that's telling us that somewhere by a lake is going to be the magical sword. Now, of course, that could be underneath level 7. It could be up in the raft spot in level 4. It could be the vanilla white sword spot. So there's all kinds of places. But, it's better than, in the forest.
Hey, TGE, we got cheap bombs. A rupee per bomb. 4 rupees for a set of 4 bombs. That is huge.
That is gigantic. And again, Fap's taking the candle when he found that first bonus cave is turning out to pay huge dividends because now he has found a bomb shop. It's at a fairly easily accessible spot. So now he can go and begin his excavating of Hyrule.
Yep, nothing like cheap bombs to help you out, exploring Hyrule. He's going to bomb that cave, and there is the first potion shop discovery. If he finds the letter, he can show that to the old man and buy some potion. But given Cantaloupe Me's skill level, I got a feeling we're not going to see that happen.
He would probably take a potion if he gets to a point where he's close by one, but he's not going to go out of his way. At least I don't think he's going to go out of his way to get one. Unless, of course, he's going in to 9 with, 3 hearts with sword. He's not going to do that, of course, but That's my thought. Putz finally getting a candle here as we have a high five as the Putz enters and Putz exits and Fap enters the letter shop.
We discovered that the small secret is actually quite generous. It's worth 18 rupees. It's normally worth just 10, so yeah, pretty good money in this seat. I don't think rupees are going to be an issue in this particular race.
Absolutely not. But again, the early candle find for Fap, or candle acquisition for Fap, paying dividends again because he was able to bomb into a shop where he was able to find more bombs. And Putz finally getting rewarded by killing a moblin with that candle and finally getting some bombs.
Yeah, that's going to really help him out. So now he'll make his way back to the left side. But no, he's going to go into that cave and find some more cheap bombs. Yep, he's going to go ahead and purchase them. I don't blame him.
Yeah, that was a really, really good find for Putz to get that bomb there because he was right by the bomb shop. So now he's got a nearly full complement of bombs.
And they're going to give some more high fives, taking separate caves before they do. And there's a bonus cave find for Cantaloupeme. You'll go ahead and pick up the heart container. That's the third out of the 4 free caves that you can find in Hyrule. So there's just one more left.
Yep, and Putz getting sniped where he can make his way over to get that bonus. So when he comes back up here, he'll be able to get that. But it's going to be interesting. With 3 of the 4 bonus caves already gone for Cantaloupe, I wouldn't be surprised if at the last one, if he finds it late, if he takes a potion out of it.
Yep, we have seen that happen during some of these races where if they find a free cave late in the race, they go ahead and take the potion, especially if you really don't have enough hearts to make a play on Magical Sword.
Oh, this is interesting for Putz because he has just saved, so he's going to get some information here from the hints, and we now know that 2 contains the power bracelet based on the hint he just got.
Power bracelet, of course, allows you to push those blocks in certain areas, one near the start, for instance, and sometimes you might find levels behind those blocked areas, so we'll see if the power bracelet comes into play in this race.
Ooh.
Yes, indeed, TGE. We have found a level once again behind Vanilla White Sword. What do we have here? Potentially 3? No, it's not 3.
Nope, this feels like level 5. Nope.
5 again?
2. This is 2.
2. All right.
Yep,
2 it is.
2. So we know Cantaloupe's going to find the power bracelet.
Yes, indeed. And hey, it's our favorite color scheme, the Elsa Frozen version.
So do you think Fappy wants to build a snowman?
No.
Do you want to build a snowman?
No.
Ooh, early Triforce there in the swamp panel for the Fappalope.
Absolutely. So now what he's going to be looking for is an item on the ground. Now, it could be on the ground, just lying there. It could be swallowed within an enemy, or he may have to full clear a room to get that item.
Putz has gotten sniped again up by the waterfall, so I don't have his sound up, but I can only imagine the legions and legions of verbiage coming from him right now.
Oh, no doubt about it. He went ahead and went back to level 8, but got out again.
Cantaloupe coming across a compass, so he's not going to need that. And Putz now with 5 hearts, so if he comes across that white sword, which he probably will very easily because it's going to be one of the candle rows, burnable bushes, then he has and we know, a 50% chance of getting it, but in his mind, a 66% chance of getting it.
Well, here's a nice hint. Manhandler threatens in the force. Now, he has a general idea of where he needs to go to find level 3.
And Putz now coming across the white sword cave. So let's see if this is going to be one of those troll seeds.
Nope, he has picked up the white sword, so 5 hearts is what's required to get the white sword. So now his attack power is double. But did he end up finding the wood sword? Yeah, he did.
No, Putz never found the wood sword.
Oh, so that's huge for him then, because he didn't have a weapon. That explains why he got out of level 8. He still didn't find the sword, and now he's got a sword, and a good one at that.
Yeah, that is gigantic for him. And Fap now has found the power bracelet in 2, so he's just going to go back to this swamp room, kill the Keese, and that's going to be our first Triforce in the match.
Yes, indeed. So a slight early advantage for cantaloupeme in terms of that. However, having the white sword on Putz' side is going to be pretty nice. However, if cantaloupeme makes another play for that white sword, he is going to be able to pick it up. But I got a feeling, given where he is, he probably won't go for it until he has 6 hearts.
And that goes to show you, Cantaloupe found the ladder and just opted to up A right on out of there. So if he's getting a potion, it's going to be from the 4th bonus cave.
Absolutely. Again, cantaloupeme with his skill level, there's no need for him to pick up a potion for level 9. He's just that good.
Now, the interesting thing here is going to be, of course, that we get Wizrobes in 8, but Cantaloupe does know where the white sword is, so he more than likely is going to make a play on it after he's done down here in the start. We found another staircase here in the bottom. Let's hope it's the second item.
That would be tremendous if it is. Let's find out. Nope, it is the corridor path. Let's see what it's going to lead him to. It's going to lead him to the corridor staircase. So now he knows he's looking for the spiral staircase.
Right, but the other big thing that does right now is that means he doesn't have to clear that room full of orange Wizrobes to progress further into the dungeon. He has a staircase that can get him in there without having to kill that.
Absolutely, that is going to be nice because no one likes to kill a set of 6 blue Wizrobes just to progress further in the dungeon, especially when you have wooden sword.
Absolutely not, but Cantaloupe opting to nope on out of there right now, which I 100% agree with, and now he is taking the screen scroll path back to check the white sword again, and he is going to be very, very happy to get it here.
Oh, and those blue Lionels were really, really trollish to putz12 right there.
Cantaloupe now with the white sword opting to go back in and make another reasonable assault on level 8, which I 100% agree with because with his attack power doubled like it is, it's now only going to be 2 stabs to take out the orange Wizrobes, which is so much more manageable than 4.
And was it 5 or 6 for the blue Wizrobes?
Blue Wizrobes have 9 hit points, so it's going to be 5 stabs.
All right, so yeah, much more manageable with that white sword. So take care of these orange Wizrobes, and we'll see where that shutter takes him. He's got 1 more left to take care of, but these fireballs, he took care of it right there and gets a key.
And we have a 3-headed Gleeok sighting, but because of the way Gleeok's hitbox works, it's only his head that is going to damage you. So now we can have the option of going through his body and not being worried about it. But we are going to be river blocked here in this second Gleeok room. So now Cantaloupe, if he wants to continue progressing forward, he is going to have to take the stairs.
Absolutely. And by the way, the recorder is not required to get in a level. That doesn't necessarily mean the recorder is not required, because you never know if that Triforce is going to be behind a Dig Dogger.
Right, because if I believe the seed that we had the other day did have 2 Triforces hidden behind Gomas.
That is right, and I think there was another race later on this was an exhibition race that I was watching, that there was another 2 Triforce Goma blocked seed.
Putz just got a gigantic hint, by the way. The item in level 7, which is where Cantaloupe is right now, is the book. So that means that an early Triforce find is going to be huge, because it means Putz knows he's not going to have to go up and find the item in 7. Cantaloupe does not know that yet.
Wow, that is tremendous indeed. So that could cut into Cantaloupe's lead if, Cantaloupe takes a long time looking for the item in level 7. So we'll see how this plays. Gleeok returns close to start, but that's old news. They know where level 8 is.
Yeah, absolutely. But that just confirms that level 7 is where Cantaloupe is right now. And I believe Putz, that's going to be level 5, because we have an NSU room here. So Putz has found level 5 over in the forest.
Wow, so there's going to be 2 levels in the forest, because we know level 3 is also in the forest.
Now, this is interesting. You see Putz, they're opting to go in and out of this room to kill the room, hoping to get a drop here in this NSU room. With the white sword, it's definitely feasible, but having to kill things like Darknuts in a room like this one is very difficult without the use of a ladder.
You know, I was just thinking about something, TGE, given that we know that the book's in level 7. If Cantaloupe Me finds the book behind that staircase, you think he's going to pull off the burn the book trick again?
Probably, but he just found the Triforce there in the nape of the chin, so he's just going to piece on out of 7 and only come back if he has to.
Yep, so that book may not be a factor for either of these players. We'll find out. Is he going to go back? Nope.
Absolutely not, and that's a great play for Cantaloupe. And also that's huge to find the Triforce fairly early in 7.
Most definitely. And yet another NSU room, but this one much more easier than the last one.
Yeah, killing Zols a whole lot easier than killing Dark Nuts and Gibdos, and rewarded with a key drop there, and that's going to be huge because it's looking right now like keys may play a factor. I mean, they definitely played one in the early game here with being key blocked out of 2 separate dungeons.
And there is another medium secret find for Cantaloupe, 193 rupees, so he would be 37 rupees away from buying a blue ring if he goes that direction. I don't know if he's a blue ring player or not. I know Putz is not, based on the first interview I had with him in his first race.
Cantaloupe is more than likely not going to buy the blue ring either, unless he's got nothing else to spend his money on.
Again, with Cantaloupe's skill, yeah, I totally agree with that.
So we can now confirm that the recorder is not required to get into any dungeons because we had a door repair charge under a lake, and that would actually make sense. It's going to be fairly expensive to fill a lake back up after draining it.
Oh, absolutely. They should just be lucky it's only 22 rupees and not 22,000.
Well, given the price of inflation, considering this game came out back in '86, I think we're about at that same point.
Yeah, no kidding.
Now, Putt's having all kinds of issues with the Pole's voice over here because Pole's voice have 10 hit points. So only having to stab them 5 times with White Sword is better than having to stab them the normal 10 times, but they tend to not want to agree. And look, Clock and Putz opts to... I'm confused now. Went through all that time to kill the Pole's voices to try and go north, and then I was confused. I'm confused there.
Ooh, look at the price of a bomb upgrade. A mere 89 rupees, he's got enough. And boy, oh boy, he's hit the jackpot, the maximum 6 bomb upgrade.
That's huge.
Absolutely. For those of you who may have never seen a Zelda Randomizer race before, when you buy a bomb upgrade, the price is anywhere between 75 rupees and 125 rupees. The extra bombs you get is anywhere from 2 to 6. He just got the maximum 6 bomb increase.
Cantaloupe also here in 5 now, and he is going to come across the same thing if he takes that path. He also is going to have enough rupees to spend on the bomb upgrade, and I would 100% agree with doing it.
Show me what you got.
So this single block room here in 5, that's one of the staircase rooms in level 5. So after we get these Gibdos good and re-dead, let's see what we can find here. There's going to be a staircase or an item.
Well, we're about to find out. That was very effective work of those bombs. Jackpot, the red ring. Remember when I was talking about the blue ring? Forget it now. We have found the key item. So the red ring is going to reduce the damage taken by down to 1/4. What a find.
That is a gigantic find, and Cantaloupe here also in level 5, more than likely going to come across it as well. So finding the red ring is gigantic.
So defense is not going to be a factor in level 9. Offense likely not going to be a factor in level 9. Could be a good one.
Cantaloupe entering the T room from the correct side to get the key, and now he's going to be entering this room where he's going to find a bomb upgrade.
Yep, 89 rupees is the price. He's going to go ahead and buy it and be happy to discover. No, he's not going to buy it. Yes, he is going to buy it.
Yep, opting to walk over it first time and plant a bomb means you can get a full, and one more refill for paying it, because you're always going to get back up to full bombs when you buy an upgrade. So bombing in the room you're in before buying an upgrade is always the correct decision.
Absolutely. Putz is now making his way towards the coast. He finds a money-making game, nothing doing. He'll continue to make his way toward the coast. So we're getting close to finding out what that coastal ladder item is going to be. Now, neither one of them obviously have the ladder yet, but it may be something really good. Who knows?
I do want to point out, the wand is on the coast, so that's an item I know Cantaloupe doesn't usually pick up, and Putz probably will if he's around there. I do want to point out real quick, though, take a look at Cantaloupe's killing of the Pulse voices. That was extremely, extremely smooth there.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. Yep, you can definitely tell those Zelda 1 skills are right there. By the way, the magical wand, a very useful weapon to have. It does the same amount of hit points that a white sword does, plus it has the range of the entire screen, and also, of course, as we know, very effective against Patras.
And yet Cantaloupe, finding the red ring, definitely not going to be disappointed to find that.
Now we have a level discovery here for Putz here. What do we have here? A desert room? Could this be 3?
This could very well be 3.
And Putz has picked up this Triforce here in level 3, so he's on the board for sure.
Yep, and he's definitely got to go back in to pick up the item here in 3. And no, Putz did not pick up the Triforce in level 5. I know the question was being asked.
It very well could be ladder block. That's probably the reason. In fact, Cantaloupeme is also exiting level 5. Yeah, this looks like ladder block to me.
Yep, now we're going to see Cantaloupe go up or across the coast here. Or maybe not.
So what Putz is going to be looking for here in level 3, he's going to be looking for the corridor staircase. That's what's going to contain the item that Putz will be looking for.
Now, keep in mind, Cantaloupe did get the hint that Manhandle threatens in the forest, so he does know there's at least one more level he has to find here in the forest. Got himself turned around there a little bit. Not sure what he decided he was going to potentially do or not, but looks like he's now going to go down to the coast and bomb down here.
Yet another door repair charge penalty, so he'll be down to 74 rupees.
One thing I do know about Cantaloupe, because I've talked to him about Randomizer before, is for the most part, he is going to play extremely fast and loose when it comes to rupees. So he's not going to do the whole up A thing when it comes to a lot of the door repairs. He's just going to let things fall as they may. And oh, shoot.
Yep, we have discovered the horizontal shoot room here in level 3, the famous room. By the way, though, when the Elite 8 seeds roll around, we may not see that horizontal shoot room in level 3. We may see it elsewhere. Heck, we might see it in level 9.
Yeah, but again, we'll get to those when we can start doing Elite 8 seeds later. But we're just going to give you that little tease for now.
Absolutely, I totally agree, TGE.
And there we are. We have got the corridor staircase guarded by the deadliest of all bosses, the Rupee boss.
And he gets a key to boot. And what do we have here? The inferior model, and Putz is declining it. Good man.
Absolutely. Great job, Putz. Now I'm going to check this last room here just to get a key drop there. I 100% agree with that. And that should be all for Putz here in level 3, because he's already got the Triforce.
That's right. So he's going to go ahead up an A and get the heck out of here and move on to the next level.
Cantaloupe now has also found level 3.
And given Cantaloupeme's skill level, I got to imagine that he too isn't going to pick up that inferior model either.
I would. He actually might pick it up. If he knows I'm on commentary, he might pick it up just to try and get a rise out of me.
We will find out. I'm looking forward to this no matter what.
Putz now making his way back into level 1.
Yeah, he was key blocked. So now what he's going to be looking for are 2 items in this level as well. Look at that. The Triforce sitting all by itself next to those cute poles voices. What he's going to be looking for are 2 items, one behind the diamond-shaped staircase, and the other that's going to be on the ground in a similar fashion to level 2.
Yep. And the good thing with the Triforce being on the ground right there is because that allows Putz to go explore the remainder of the dungeon, and then he can up A and quickly get back to the Triforce and not have to worry about losing his heart containers from the up and A.
Exactly right. Now he's going to bomb up and find some jelly here, so that's not quite what he was looking for.
Putz, of course, finding the compass after he's located the Triforce.
Of course, the game knows. Of course, it's going to give you the compass after you've discovered where the Triforce is. That's just how the randomizers work.
Yep, but now we do have our diamond staircase, and drum roll, please, it's the raft.
All right, the raft, not the best of items, but it's one of those items that you've got to pick up because you just never know if you're going to need it. There is 2 raft locations, one in the far eastern section of Hyrule, and then one closer to the central part of Hyrule. You just never know. There might be a level there. In fact, in one of the races yesterday, we had level 9 raft blocked.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Cantaloupe sees the inferior model, stands there for a second. Come on, what are you doing? He's just standing there messing with me.
He is trolling you, and...
Oh, look at the screen! Look at the screen!
I see it! Oh, my goodness gracious. But in the end...
Oh, that's amazing.
In the end, he does make the correct call and not pick up the inferior model.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, definitely well worth it for this race. So now back to Putz's side. Again, he's still looking for that second item. Now, one of the things Zelda runners are going to need to know is which of these rooms are going to carry the drops that you're going to be looking for. Because if you know which rooms you need to full clear all the enemies out of, that'll save you some time on where you need to attack and where you can just bypass it.
Yeah, this is interesting here. Cantaloupe opting to go through and clear the rest of level 3. Now, I'm not entirely sure what's necessarily going on with that, but I would imagine that it probably is. He's probably looking for keys.
True. And there's the heart container on the ground surrounding those 3 triple dodongos, so it's possible that that could be the item, or it might be something else. We don't know yet. So Cantaloupe picks up his 3rd Triforce piece, and I gotta believe that's gonna do it for him for level 3. Now, why is he just standing there and letting these Octoroks attack him? What's going on? Now he's moving.
He was probably more than likely just marking his map because I'm pretty sure marks it. So he's just standing still there to mark his map.
Yeah, that very well could be, because we can't see the map where we're looking. But yeah, that you very well might be right, TGE. Boy, this is very eerie of level 5 and where all the runs come to die. These blue dark nuts here, he's got to bomb every single one of them. It may contain the item. Yeah,
but the good thing is he has 14 bombs to play with as opposed to the 5 or 6 you're usually going to the room requirement with. So having red ring and 14 bombs plus white sword, my money is on Link here and not on the dark nuts.
Oh, absolutely. Yep. Putz doing that thing, you better believe it, and finds another key. They'll give him 7 keys.
Looking like the room to the could potentially be to the left of start of that 3rd row on the bottom row that could have the item in it.
Yep, because in the NSU room there was yet another key.
So, of course, with both of our runners nearing the double-digit in key marks, we all know what they're going to find soon.
They're going to find that magical key after having about a dozen keys, because once again, the game knows you're going to get that magical key when you have all the keys in the world, and, that's just how it is.
Yep, Cantaloupe now is going to be finding level 1 because we know it's right here on this Armo statue. And yep, it's looking like the item is going to be here in the far west in Aquamentus' room.
Look at this!
Oh, look at that!
It's the ladder, so even though it's a full clear of level 1, he's happy that he made the discovery because now he can go back to some of those ladder blocked levels.
And Cantaloupe opting to take out this room right away, so he's going to find the ladder right there. So he now has to know he's in level 1 because of that Aquamantis room. It's only in 2 dungeons here. It's in 1 and it's in 7, and he knows for a fact he's already cleared 7.
Absolutely right. So now all he's got to do is find that other item, which, of course, is the easier one because it's behind that diamond staircase. He doesn't have to do any combat. He just has to do that block clip, so he's just about done.
Yep, and as soon as Cantaloupe finds the diamond staircase, he's going to be in and out of 1 fairly quickly here.
Well, no doubt about it.
And, hey, wait a second. Diamond staircase, I just noticed. It's in the location it's normally in level 1. Fred?
Come on, Fred. What are you doing here now? You know, I didn't realize that. That's a very good point. It's been a long time since I've really studied the maps. Yeah, the diamond staircase is where the diamond staircase is supposed to be. Very fascinating.
But that was a very, very quick level 1 for Cantaloupe there, because he went left first and got that room out of the way. That's going to allow him to make up some of the time that Putz had to go through in full clear 1 for.
Definitely. And again, that's one of those factors, making the right turn. See, Cantaloupe Me got really lucky. He made the right turns in level 1, and unfortunately for Putz, he made the wrong turns and had to full clear level 1, so that meant Cantaloupe Me is going to gain some more time on Putz.
Yeah, looking like they're both going to take the path of the coast here. Obviously both heading towards the raft spot now. Putz went and picked up the wand. Now, I know for the most part, Cantaloupe is a huge proponent of not picking up the wand, so we'll see what happens when he goes back down and passes by it.
This is ridiculous here, TGE. The recorder spot in Vanilla level 7 was a door repair penalty. Now the rafting spot here in Eastern Hyrule is a door repair penalty. What's going on?
I have no idea, but Cantaloupe definitely not picking up the wand there as he up-A's to go back to level 8. I agree with this, especially because he's got the white sword already, and as we mentioned, his skill level, he doesn't really need the wand per se. So by up-Aing here and going back to level 8, that again is going to give him a huge advantage over Putz, at least in the time-wise for now.
Yep, so again, he's going to be looking for that second item. Again, we know it's in the spiral staircase.
Cantaloupe now killing this 4-headed Gliak. Now look at the way he's going about doing this now. He didn't necessarily have to, because of the horizontal river rooms like he was in there, if there was going to be a drop in that horizontal river room, it would be lying out in the open. The only reason I can foresee him killing that Gliak is because Gliak has the boss flag. So whenever you kill a boss monster, such as this Manhandla here, once it's dead, it is dead for good.
Little bit of problem with that, but not too bad of a fight there for Cantaloupe. Oh, and we've got a blue Goma guarding those 2 shutter doors.
So we could potentially be Goma blocked out of some items here in level 8.
Now we see that Putz has made his way to level 2. So again, he knows that the power bracelet is the item here.
And yes, the Triforce Innate was in fact ladder blocked. So getting the ladder was definitely the correct thing that they needed to get here. And unfortunately in that Chevy room, Cantaloupe deciding that he wanted to feel magically delicious and lets Wizrobes hug him.
Oh, that cannot feel good at all. And yeah, he was not in a very good situation. I mean, having Wizrobes there in the Chevy room, even with the ladder, your mobility is a little bit limited. So yeah, tough way to go out.
And finally, a clock in a room where it's actually relevant.
Yep, able to take out those orange Wizrobes, no problem. There's the heart container pickup for Putz. He now has 9 hearts. He's now 1 heart container away from potential shot at the magical sword. For the magical sword, normally you'd need 12 hearts to pick it up. But here in the randomizer, we have the deviation of plus or minus 2 hearts. So it could be anywhere from 10 hearts to 14 hearts in order to pick up that magical sword and redouble his attack power.
Of course, the big thing with that is we don't know where the magical sword is. We just know it's by a lake.
That is correct. That could be anywhere by a lake. There's a lot of spots we still haven't checked yet.
Although we're getting down to it, so it's looking like the potential for it to be in vanilla level 4 is very good.
That is true. We have not checked the raft location in vanilla level 4, so we'll see if that comes into play.
Now this is interesting. Cantaloupe opting to get the Triforce and not go back into level 8 for the second item. Now this could come back and bite him because we still don't have the bow, or it could be very advantageous if it turns out to be something such as Lord Banana.
Yes, indeed. Now he's going to go to that raft location where Vanilla's level 4 is, and what do we find behind here? It is going to be...
Ooh, raft required!
Raft required, indeed!
And it looks as if this is actually level 4 in level 4's location!
Red! Alright, so what Cantaloupe's going to be looking for is a double block room, because that is going to contain the staircase. But keep in mind, there are 2 double block rooms, one which is the actual staircase, and one that does absolutely nothing at all.
Yeah, the advantage that Putz is going to have here is because he's played Randomizer, he knows the shapes, the layout shapes of the dungeons a whole lot better than Cantaloupe does. So that could be something coming into play a little bit later here, or, you know, now as you can see, Cantaloupe bombing the wrong walls.
Oh, but he has found the compass, so now he's going to know where the Triforce is, but I got to imagine he's going to scour through level 4 and try to find that item, knowing that the bow is still in play. It's either in 4, 6, or 8, but I got a feeling it's not in 8, given what we've seen so far.
And, oh, we come across one of the 2 double block rooms here, so let's hope for FAP that this is something good. At this point, the items, of course, he's looking for the bow. The magical key would be the other big thing to look for here.
Yeah, lately, though, we've seen a lot of level 9 magical keys, so let's see if the magical key is that item. Of course, you're going to get the clock with just 1 Dark Knight left. It is the staircase room, and we find...
Look at that!
Oh, the magical key!
Look at that!
Now he's got unlimited keys. That means he doesn't have to worry about being key blocked in level 9 or anywhere else for that matter. And I got a good feeling that the bow is going to be in level 6.
Potentially, we've only got 2. We only got, again, 2 levels left to find, or 2 levels left to explore fully. 6 and the rest of level 8. But here's the big kicker: is level 6 and level 9? They're still playing hide and seek right now.
Absolutely right. Neither of them have discovered it yet, so we'll see how long it's going to take for them to get to level 6. I got a feeling now these guys, I don't think they've explored too much of Death Mountain, have they?
No, and Death Mountain usually is one of the last places that people are going to explore, although I don't believe that either one of them have explored the bombable walls to the north of level 1 and to the northwest of level 1. You know, that cave commonly referred to as the Forgotten Spot.
That is true. Well, Putz just picked up another heart container in that free cave. He now has 10 hearts, which gives him a 20% chance of picking up the magical sword if he can find it.
And now Cantaloupe going to go and bomb the quote-unquote Forgotten Spot here. Let's say he's going to screen scroll because it's just faster to walk over there. His screen scrolling is crisp enough that he can get away with that. And hey, look at this! We've got the magical sword.
Yes, indeed. A nice find there for Cantaloupe me, but I got a feeling, given that he's only had 7 hearts and he only has 2 more Triforce pieces left to get, I think the magical sword at this point is out of play, but we'll see.
Oh yeah, for Cantaloupe, more than likely. And he going on even with 7 hearts and white sword, having red ring, Cantaloupe is going to be perfectly fine with that.
Now, something I saw in chat that I want to mention, yes, the bow cannot be in level 9. In fact, if you look at the layout, these 6 items that you see below the Triforce indicators, the bow, the silver arrows, the recorder, the power bracelet, the ladder, and the raft, those are required items that you have to get through dungeons, and those can never, ever be found in level 9, because to get to level 9, you have to find all 8 Triforce pieces. And speaking of level 9, Cantaloupe's found it.
Yep, yeah, of course. To get to level 9, you have to bomb in the Armo set in the graveyard.
Yep, so we now know that level 9 is right next to Vanilla level 6, and wouldn't be something if Vanilla level 6 was behind Vanilla level 6. Let's find out. Nope. Instead, it's just a troll taking a long time load for a door repair charge, so nothing good there. That is true. Silver arrows could be in level 9. That is the lone exception of the 6 items that you see below the Triforce indicators. Indeed, silver arrows could be in level 9, but that's the only one. Now, Putz has
Let's say Putz is carrying the magic sword, but I was going to bring up that Cantaloupe there opting to purchase meat, just in case he does end up bait blocked, because we still haven't seen Captain Grumbles.
And unfortunately for Putz, 10 hearts, not enough to pick up magical sword. You'll need at least 11.
Yeah. I also do want to point out that Putz is usually the one who is a big proponent of meat strats, and Cantaloupe was able to purchase the meat here in the seed before Putz did. I just want to point that out.
That is quite rare. Ooh, a second huge rupee secret find for Putz, but of course he finds it when he's already got a lot of rupees. What are you going to do? Game knows. And then right behind him, Cantaloupe Me finds the same 95 rupee secret.
Yeah, Putz now finally getting his way over to the graveyard section, so he now is finally going to discover not only the wood sword, but the silver arrows over 45 minutes into this race.
Yeah, that is a long time to be finding the wooden sword, but again, given that he found white sword fairly quick, not too much of a problem. But as we can see, he is quite a bit behind in the Triforce department. Checking behind, vanilla level 9, not going to pick up the rupees. Given that he's got 188 rupees, that's more than enough for Cantaloupe.
Absolutely.
And the rich keep on getting richer. He finds another secret, and again, not going to take it.
Yeah, this is becoming a very interesting race because there's becoming fewer and fewer locations that level 6 could be located at. There is a couple of caves left here in Death Mountain, and there is the power bracelet spot to the to the east of Start.
That is right. We have not checked that power bracelet location east of Start. So, yeah, that could very well be where level 6 is, but maybe it's behind this gravestone that Putz is about to enter. Instead, it's just another shop, nothing doing here. And now Putz finally does buy the meat.
Yeah, so Putz is going to go and take a look at the power bracelet spot here to the east of Start, whereas Cantaloupe is still up here in Death Mountain, and Cantaloupe is rewarded by finally finding level 6 all the way up in Death Mountain. Looks like he's in B3 here, so he is still going to have to look for the item in here, because he still knows he is missing the bow, but that's a huge find there, getting the compass early.
Unfortunately, this is going to be a Wizrow Pancake dungeon, so this could get very interesting. But again, with Cantaloupe's skills, he shouldn't have too much of a problem.
Absolutely not, as evidence there by still having completely full hearts leaving that Wizrow room.
Yeah, very nice kill there. Now he's just got some easy Vires to deal with, which turned into red keys because he doesn't have mags. Mags would get rid of him in one shot.
Oh, we found the item, and it's the bow in 6! Cantaloupe with the correct gamble, not taking the second item in 8.
Absolutely right. And yep, again, given what we had seen, I had figured that level 6 would contain the bow, and yep, that is going to give Cantaloupe Me a commanding lead going into level 9. He's just got to get the one in level 5.
Yep, so that means we know that the possible items for level 9, well, we're going to know what they are guaranteed now, as Putz has come across the item in 8. So once we see this, we'll know it's in 9, and it is Lord Banana in 8. So that means we know that the heart container and the red candle are the 2 items in level 9.
Absolutely, which means neither of those items are going to be very much help to these players in level 9. So both of them pick up a Triforce. So that means it's 4 Triforce pieces for Putz, but 7 Triforce pieces for Cantaloupe.
Yep, and now he's just going to make his way back to level 5 and get that 8th and final Triforce piece that he needs. The good part for Cantaloupe is he already knows where the Triforce is. It's just, or he doesn't necessarily know where it is, but he knows where he's already explored. And he's ladder blocked.
That's right, he was. So now all he's got to do is go back into level 5 again. It's just 2 screens away from where level 3 is in southeastern Hyrule in the forest.
Yep, so for those of you who are wondering, and I know everybody wants to know where all the items are located here in something like this, so here is your summary of what is where. Level 1 contained both the raft and the ladder. Level 2 had the power bracelet. Level 3 had the inferior model. Level 4 was the magical key. Level 5 was the red ring. Level 6 had the all-important bow. Level 7 had the book. Sorry, Lizzie. Level 8 had the recorder and Lord Banana. Sorry, me. Level 9 contains the heart container and the red candle. The Armos item was the silver arrows, and the ladder item was the wand.
All right, so that's the recap of the items here for this seed, and now cantaloupeme has made his way back into level 5. He just has to get the Triforce, and he can make the play to level 9, and he's going to have a really good lead going into level 9. But we have seen a lot of trolley level 9, so it's not over yet considering Putz's skill level, but Cantaloupe, as good as he is, time may be running out for Putz.
Yeah, and the other big thing is keys aren't going to be an issue for Cantaloupe. They're not going to be an issue for Putz either because he's about to come across the any key. But the one thing that could potentially be an issue is bombs.
That is true. They do both have 6 bombs, but remember, they do have the maximum of 14 bombs since both of them picked up a bomb upgrade earlier. And now Putz has discovered that magical key, so he won't have to worry about keys for the rest of this seed. He can just get the Triforce and get out of level 4.
And speaking of the Triforce, Cantaloupe has come across the compass, so he now knows where he's looking to go in level 5.
Great find there for Cantaloupe, so now all he has to do is get to where he needs to go. Where's this staircase going to take him? Oh, farther away from the Triforce, actually. Ooh, and these blue Tektites not giving him any love on that rafting area, and he got pushed back.
This level 5 is being all kinds of trolly, though, to Cantaloupe.
Yeah, it's turning into one big gigantic maze all of a sudden. Tried to bomb left there, and he can't do it, so he's got to do that difficult ladder clip. But again, with Cantaloupe, that's not too much of a problem for him.
Yeah, this is one of the few ways that Putz can get back into this matchup right now, is Cantaloupe not knowing the layout of level 5.
Of course, to be fair, neither one of them knows exactly where the Triforce is in level 5 because they were both blocked.
Kent actually has the compass, so he knows where he has to go. He just doesn't know how to get there.
Right, exactly. How to get there and knowing where it is are two different things altogether. So, going to go north of this triple bar room. He's going back to where he was before, that T room. Has to do that clip again. Ooh, and this Dodongo's not playing nice with Putz, but finally does manage to get those extra bombs out of that Dodongo. Yeah, this is looking like it could be, you know how level 5 is a split dungeon? This is looking like where you're going to have to find a staircase to get to where you need to be. Because remember that staircase you took and I said, that took him farther away from Traverse? Maybe that's where he needs to go, perhaps? I don't know. No, doesn't look like it.
Now let's take a look, see, because it's going to bring him to a room location, and he's going to have to find his way out from here because everywhere else he's gone so far, he has had no chance to go. So he's going to have to make his way up and around.
Yep, and in fact, now that I think about it, I think you're right, because now it's the loop around to the up and left. So, yep, he had to take that staircase, and there's the map. Yep, that's what you had to do.
Yeah. And that map is actually gigantic for Cantaloupe because now he's actually going to know what he's looking for here, so he knows how to get around.
Indeed. So we'll see if Putz comes across the same problems when he gets to level 5. But again, the disadvantage that Putz has is he doesn't know where level 6 is. He never stumbled upon it.
True. The one thing to take a look upon for Cantaloupe, though, he got no more bombs.
Ooh, he's in trouble. Let's see if this blue Dark Knight here can give him some bombs. Or these orange Dark Nuts, rather. That's right.
Orange. And take a look at that. That's why he was killing the Gyarados and the Dark Nuts there to get those. And now we're getting the hint saying that no feat of strength will save the princess. We now knew that, of course, because the power bracelet spots were not required.
So now he's one room away from the Triforce, and there's the Triforce. He's going to have to kill these keys first. Not a problem. Gets the Triforce. That's the 8th and final one for Cantaloupeme. So now he'll go ahead and go to level 9. So he'll have 8 hearts, the red ring, and the white sword to take with him to level 9. So he's about getting ready to make the track.
So now, again, the big thing to take a look at here is Cantaloupe going into 9 with only a set of 4 bombs.
Indeed, bombs, as we've seen in many level 9s, definitely have come into play. So we'll see if the lack of bombs. Let's see if he goes and remembers where a bomb shop was, and then he stacks up on bombs before he goes into level 9. Considering that there are only 4 bombs for 4 rupees for 4 bombs, I think it'd be a wise move to stock up if you can.
Yeah, the other thing, though, is Cantaloupe might not necessarily have to make a stop for a bomb shop here, because being a vanilla Zelda player, he is very good at getting up to a 10 count to manipulate a bomb drop. So all Cantaloupe really needs to get back bombs is just to count to 10, really.
That's right, and that is something I have seen him do, the Vanilla 1 Zelda speed runs, and yeah, that's exactly right. You do the count to 10 without getting hit, you bomb the 10th enemy, you get more bombs. Yep, that's a strategy that most Zelda 1 runners will do.
Now, this is interesting. Cantaloupe opting to take a strategy that you usually see people do when they're hunting for silver arrows, and that's take the first staircase they run across.
Yeah, interesting strategy there. We'll see what happens. It doesn't take them very far, and we see our first Patra sighting of level 9.
Cantaloupe getting really lucky there with a couple of bombable walls, so that's very good for him. So as long as he can keep progressing forward and look at that, more bombs, keep progressing forward and making progress through at 9, he's still in a good spot.
And here's the second Patra of level 9. It is guarding the spiral staircase, but he is going to head south first. I agree with that call.
The big advantage that Cantaloupe has right now is Putz still hasn't found level 6.
And now we have a third Patra sighting, and there is a shutter door to the left. Now, that could be key, because if he kills this Patra and that shutter door to the left doesn't open, then that's where Zelda is going to be. And remember, folks, it has to be a single shutter room. If it's a multiple shutter room, Zelda will not be there.
Yeah, Cantaloupe opting to nope out of killing that Patra right there, just because if you take a look at the weird orbiting pattern it did, that was going to be an absolute pain for him to kill, especially in this room.
Yeah, definitely. Not the most friendliest of places to have a Patra battle in this T room right here.
No, but he's going to have to kill this Patra to be able to progress, because the way Patra takes up that much of the screen, there is no way Cantaloupe would have been able to do any sort of ladder clipping with those bees going around it, and unfortunately that is not Zelda's room to the left there.
Yep. So go ahead and go to the locked doors south and find some whiz robes and pancakes. Can he go to the locked door through the left side? And what do we find here? Oh, I saw this dark screen. You know, when we see those dark screens, we get a little bit excited, especially if we have both of them completely muted, but no Ganon here.
Yep. I actually have Cantaloupe's volume up right now so I can hear if we find a Ganon. And Putz, unfortunately, not able to get a 11-heart magical sword as he treks his way back to Death Mountain to try and find level 6.
Boy, that's a tough break there for Putz. And here's the fourth Patra sighting already in level 9. There's 5 Patras in level 9. We've already uncovered 4 of them. And it had the map.
Well, Patra does guard the map, or something, and kill it and find out.
Oh, yes, that's right. That could be one of the community hints. And now another dark room, but this one's got some fast blue Landmolas.
Now, finding the map here, I think, is one of the biggest things that Cantaloupe could have found, because as we all know, he has the intricate knowledge of level 9, the path he has to take in the normal game, but not knowing all the shapes, having the map here is gigantic. And Lurker29, in this set of 5 specifically, you have to kill Ganon and find Zelda.
Putz has discovered level 6, so he now just has to find the item in Triforce, and now he can make a play to level 9. And who knows? Level 9 could, if it proves to be trolly for Cantaloupe and he's got to find a magical staircase or two, he could get back in this race.
That's a hilarious hint to find with Cantaloupe. Randomizer, back in my day, we knew where things were, because he knows where everything is, just, that's about it.
I like that hint too. Yeah, that's pretty hilarious. So there's the map pickup for Putz in level 6.
Cantaloupe already bombing down there, but going back again and bombing just to double check. And now he's going to have to find a different path here. But you can tell by his mini-map that he has the potential of going down a couple columns over. I believe it's underneath the L there in level 9. But instead, he opts to just face tank the Patra and go down the spiral staircase.
Boy, I'm not sure I would have done that. But again, it's his skill level. He knows what he's doing. But that does take him down to 2 hearts, so watch that.
Oh, this staircase is extremely trolly right now because he's only got 2 bombs, so he's going to have to bomb carefully here. And opts just to bomb up and save his 1 bomb to potentially get something out of it, like another bomb when he uses a bomb to kill the 10th enemy.
And that very well might have been a dead-end troll staircase, so you just never know. Meanwhile, the bow has been picked up on Putz's side, so now all he's got to do is get the Triforce, and he too can make the play to level 9.
Now, Cantaloupe is probably going to kill all of these Wizrobes here in what is normally Ganon's room, just to check and see if that stutter door is going to be Zelda's, and unfortunately it is not. But he is going to be able to go and continue on his path north. And look at that, finding some bomb just lying out there.
Gotta love that, and just some fires to take care of, and gonna get an extra heart out of that going behind that staircase. It's another passageway. Putz has picked up the 8th and final Triforce out of level 6. Now he can make a play to level 9. We could have ourselves a race, folks. Can I get a time, please? All right, back to the race here. Some orange Wizrobes here for Cantaloupeme that he's going to take out. He's taking them out because I think he knows that this is a drop room, this desert room right here.
No, he was killing them more than likely just to get some, try and get some lucky bomb drops out of them.
That's right, since they're orange color, they very well could contain it, but unfortunately nothing doing. Now we've discovered the price of potion, and buyer beware. A red potion costs 65 rupees, but a blue potion costs a mere 27 rupees.
Yeah, but in something like this, especially where your rupees aren't necessarily a huge deal, you're just going to take the efficiency of buying the red potion over the money savings of buying the blue.
Oh, no doubt about it. I completely agree with that. But I do always have to throw that buyer beware out there if it's more than double the price. Get the heck out of here, you nerd. And Cantaloupe's taking it out on the old man.
No, he's not necessarily taking it out. He's using this to try and set up his 10 count so he can get a bomb off that 1 bomb he's got left.
I was just about to say that when I said that. I think it's a twofold thing. I think he is taking it out on the old man, and yes, indeed, he is going to build up his count to get some extra bombs. He just needs to bomb 1 enemy correctly without getting hit. But, oh, he's in a tough room with those keys. Oh, he's hit!
That's disappointing.
That means he loses his count. Whenever you get hit, you lose your count. It goes back to 0. So he's got to go back to killing 10 enemies again. And now, this is why level 9 could very well be the great equalizer here, because Cantaloupeme had that advantage, but now Putz is in level 9 too, and if he makes the lucky turns, he could take this race away from Cantaloupeme.
Yeah, but Cantaloupe getting a nice room there, able to get up to a 6 count there, and using this room full of Zols to get his 10 count to get back to bombs, and oh, shoot!
The vertical shoot room here in level 9, one more pancake to kill. Unfortunately, that is not where Zelda is, going to head to the south. Ooh, dark room, but it's full of Wizrobes. No Ganon here either. Neither one of them have found Ganon or Zelda.
So now, if you took a look at Cantaloupe's map there, he doesn't have a lot of the southwestern portion of level 9 explored. So I'm getting the feeling, and it could just be gas, but I'm getting the feeling that both of our little hide-and-seek champions here, Zelda and Ganon, are hiding down in the southwestern part of the skull.
Yeah, something tells me that both of them are very close to each other. Heck, the way this has been going, I wouldn't be surprised if they were directly next to each other, just like vanilla Zelda.
Now this is going to be very interesting because it's looking like we're going to end up having to take a magical staircase down there. And having to kill this enemy set with the bubbles here in the reverse serum could be very difficult. But so Cantaloupe is used to dealing with just Wizrobes in this room set here from Vanilla, so it shouldn't be too difficult per se. The hard part is going to be avoiding the bubble.
Yeah, the bubble is what makes this room extremely difficult, because when you get hit by those bubbles, you cannot sheath your sword for a short period of time. But he does get through this room, goes behind this staircase, and what do we find? Perhaps a passageway. Oh, Putz has found Ganon in the double river room.
Oh, wow, that's huge. Ganon being on the right side of the screen. That's gigantic.
Wow, and it's just the item behind reverse C, so there's a few hits for Putz, so he's got 4 hearts left, so a high roll driver is going to cost him 1 heart. I think that's 3 hits on Ganon now.
But the big thing is Putz has potions.
Oh, that's right. That's 5 hearts, yep. Now he's got to keep that in mind. He's down to 2.5 hearts. He needs to watch his health carefully. There's 7 hits. 1 more hit, and he'll defeat Ganon. He's down to 2 hearts. Look out. There it is, the 8th and final hit on Ganon, so he's going to pick up the Triforce of Power. So now all he has to do is find Zelda, and he's going to have this come from behind win. Is Zelda here? No, just some blue land molas. So now what Putz is going to be looking for on his side of the board is a shutter door that automatically opens even with enemies still contained in the room. That happens, he'll have found Zelda's room, and this race will come to an end.
Well, Cantaloupe has found Ganon, but he got his count messed up, so he now can't get the bombs that he needs to get to Ganon.
And unfortunately, the enemies don't provide him some bombs, so ooh, that's going to cost him more time. There it is! The door has automatically opened. Putz has found Zelda, and he is going to come from behind and win this race.
And Putz, of course, was putting the meat directly on Zelda.
And that is going to do it. So putz12 is your winner. He is going to move on to face Adirondack Rick immediately following the conclusion of this race. Wow. Time of 67 minutes and 46 seconds. And Putz12 is now with us here in the commentators booth. Putz12, congratulations. You are moving on to the next round. What do you think about this seed?
While we're waiting to get the sound taken care of here, we do have Cantaloupe going back to this bomb shop to the northeast of level 1 to refill his bombs, because he does now know where Ganon is, at least, and the way to get to him.
Yeah, and I think he should have done this in the first place, top out on bombs, because, yeah, bombs ended up being the factor here, part of the factor in level 9, but more importantly, it was what I had said earlier, is that Putz made the lucky, correct decisions to get to both Ganon and Zelda, and that's what helped him win this race.
Hello.
Hey, Putz.
Hello, putz12. Congratulations on your victory today. It was a come-from-behind victory for you.
I knew it was. I just knew it. It was just such a bad start. My emulation was lagging. Like, I think I started the first, 4 minutes of this match at about 3/4 speed. It was rough. It was really rough. And then non-stop deaths.
Yeah, you had cantaloupeme had the lead pretty much the entire way up through level 9. I think he got to level 9. I don't know what the count was. I'd say at about 5 minutes ahead of you. But what led you to victory was you made the correct guesses to get to both Ganon and Zelda.
Well, it's funny. I almost up and A'd out of the room prior to Ganon. And I was just going to say screw it and go a different direction because Ganon didn't roar. Like, he absolutely did not roar for me. Until I almost cleared that room, and then he finally roared for me. I'm like, wait, how long of a delay was that roar? It was just unbelievable. So at that point, then I just started bombing every side, and then I figured, well, now I got to go up and around. 50-50 on which side, and I couldn't bomb down from the left side, so I went to the right side and tried that first. It felt awkward.
Well, it looks like now that Cantaloupe has found the location of Zelda, so once he finds the location of Ganon, he can go back to that room and he'll be able to finish this race. But yeah, that's what ended up being the factor. Level 9, of course, proving to be the great equalizer yet again in this tournament. A come-from-behind victory for you. So coming up next, you're going to be facing off against Adirondack Rick, and you're going to be facing him right after this race is over. So give us your thoughts about your upcoming race.
I'm going to have to try to close stuff out or something here because that was just ridiculous on how bad my emulator was just delaying and slowing way down. I mean, my controller's bad enough, but then you add that in. I didn't actually think I was going to win without doing a restart right off the bat.
It wasn't looking good for you when cantaloupeme got into level 9. You still had a couple more Triforce pieces left to get.
How fast did he get the sword?
He had it probably less than 10 minutes in.
Okay. So I got the white sword before he got the regular sword?
No, he had wooden. He had wooden sword for about 4 minutes before you got the white sword.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I couldn't even screen scroll. I couldn't even get over there. Because initially, that's normally my first route is to go up towards Death Mountain right away. But I just couldn't get over there because of the lag, and I made an opt to go to the left first and just see what I could manage from that. And I couldn't even do that.
Now, if I remember this correctly, I believe Cantaloupe got to level 9 in 56 minutes, so he's already spent about 16 minutes in level 9.
Yeah, 9's tricky. You gotta really learn your routing on 9 to be the most efficient, and I feel like I'm one of the more efficient level 9 players, but it's all about luck in the long run, you know.
I mean, definitely based on what we saw tonight, it was extremely efficient with your 9. You got in there, like we said, probably a good almost 6 to 10 minutes after Cantaloupe, and you weren't in 9 a whole lot often. So
yeah, and as soon as I killed Ganon, I went down. It wasn't Zelda because that was a shutter door. I immediately up-A'd and was like, well, now where do I search? The first thing as I normally do is if he's normally right on that right column is immediately go for the tooth. So that's kind of right where I went, and that's where she was. Because I used Ganon in the shoot room as clues to where she could be, and using my putz logic, you know, it pays off sometimes.
Real quick though,
Yep.
Getting the stun lock.
Yep. Got the stun lock. He has defeated Ganon, so all he has to do is go back the way he came to find Zelda, and he'll be able to finish this race up.
So real quick, Putz. We know your thoughts on the blue ring from an earlier interview you had here, but what are your thoughts on finding the red ring, especially early like you did?
With me lagging as bad as I did and couldn't move, I was like, thank God for the red ring. I mean, what was I up to? 7 deaths at that point, and it was only 15 minutes in.
And I want to point out real quick.
Something.
Cantaloupe doing the same thing that you did, meat facing Zelda.
Yep, so Cantaloupe has finished his race as well. And by the way, I just checked the VOD, putz12. You were a little under 7 minutes behind Cantaloupe going into level 9.
Okay. Yeah, I'm one of the harder players to actually, keep a lead going into 9. If you're not finding 9 fast, I'm catching up really quick.
Absolutely, and you proved it right there. The official time for Cantaloupe Me is 73 minutes and 59 seconds.
Well, at least we both saved the meat. Gave something to her to fap with, so, it's okay. And I just want to say one other thing. Lord Banana did not curse me. Screw that piece of junk.
Wow. Love you too, Putz. Hey, you still got another race tonight, and I'm still on the call. It's still there.
Oh.
Yes, it is. So, yep, looking at the times now, yep, you were almost 7 minutes behind. You ended up winning by a little over 6 minutes, so you gained about 13 minutes.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And from the sounds that I just got in my headphones, it looks like we also have Cantaloupe here in the call with us as well.
He's muted at the moment, but we do have him.
All right, so we now have Cantaloupe Me in the...
Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
I can't hear you all. Let me switch to my phone on Discord.
While we do wait for Cantaloupe Me to get his sound ready to go, I do want to remind you that coming up right after this race, Putz will be taking on Adirondack Rick. That's going to be at 10 Eastern, 9 o'clock Central, right here on this channel.
Hello.
All right, can you hear us, Cantaloupe?
Yes, I can now.
All right, Cantaloupe Me, you played a really, really good race, but it looked like level 9 proved to be the great equalizer. You got in there about little less than 7 minutes earlier than putz12 did. So what happened there? What do you think was the problem there? Just bad luck, or do you think the bombs were really an issue?
Well, the bombs at first were an issue, but yeah, from where I don't really know the layout of the dungeon that well, from where I usually only visit just a few rooms, I totally forgot to that one room where I bombed over to the right, and then I was like, oh, watch Ganon be down here, and I just walked down, and boom, there's a Ganon. Yep, and then I found Zelda before that, and I just made a wrong turn.
All right, so I got to ask you this one, Cantaloupe. The message that you were flashing when you found the inferior model, tell us about that.
Oh, yes, that was my ode to the banana, because I was going to save it just for the Lord Banana, but I wasn't sure I was going to find him, so I had that made up for either banana.
That was really, really nice there. Actually, the big question I had is, after getting the early recorder in 8, when you came back and ended up dying, you just went back in and got the Triforce and opted to head out of 8 without getting the second item. Now, what was your thoughts when you did that, and why did you not go back for that second item the first time?
Gamble. I mean, Putz is good at randomizer, so I knew I had to be a little quicker than what I was doing, and I just took a shot in the dark.
Well, the shot in the dark proved to be the correct one, because the second item in level 8 ended up being Lord Banana.
Oh, so, okay, well, I'm glad I didn't look for it then.
Yep, yeah. Again, you played an extremely good race. Your skills from doing Zelda 1 really show, so, yeah, I got to give you props for that. But, yeah, did that just end up being the difference? Yeah, Putz had a luckier level 9 than you did. Other than that,
Yep.
Yeah, both of you played an extremely good race. Both of you should be very happy about this. Your skills, excellent, did a great job. So, TG, you got any other questions?
I do not.
Pap, how many deaths did you have?
3.
Okay.
How many did you have?
7.
7. How many hearts did you go into 9 with?
11. And it was not enough for mags.
Yeah, I think I had 7. Yeah, 7 or 8. I didn't spend a lot of time looking for hearts.
I just was dying like crazy in the early get-go. My routing was poor. And then I got the red ring in 5, and then I got blocked in 5, so...
Same thing here.
After a couple clues, it told me level 1 had some good items, and I was kind of disappointed, but not really. So...
Yeah. When I found the bow, I was like, oh my gosh, okay. That's where I took the ammo, because, I had silver arrow decently early, I had sword really early, I had... ladder decently early, then everything just fell apart.
I didn't find the wood sword until like about probably 45 minutes in.
Wow. Did you have the white sword?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
I was, my emulator was lagging, so getting over to Death Mountain was a real pain in the ass.
Gotcha.
One thing, Putz, I want to talk to you about is, that was another area where you gained some time on Cantaloupe. Was level 5, you took the staircase immediately, and that's where the Triforce ended up being. Cantaloupe Me has spent a lot more time in level 5 than you did, and so that was part of the reason why you made this comeback possible.
Oh, really? Well, at that point, it was like, there's only 3 rooms above me, and probably like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 my left. So I'm looking at like roughly a 60-70% shot that it's going to take me closer to the Triforce, so I just took it.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it just put me up 1 room, and that was, I guess, the quicker way, but it didn't save much time, I didn't feel, but...
No, I don't think it did either. No, it's just, my inexperience knowing the dungeon layouts, and of course you all know it a lot better than I do. I'm used to going to as few rooms as possible.
How was your level 7, by the way?
Level 7 wasn't bad.
I found a hint that the book was there, so I immediately bolted and found the Triforce pretty quick.
Yeah, I didn't even look for the item. I took a gamble there, too.
Oh, you gambled it?
Uh-huh. Yep. I just got in, walked out, and said, if something's in there I need, it's in there. I'll just go back later, But thankfully, I figured my shot. I already had the ladder, I already had the silver arrow. I just needed the bow, and I still had the second item in 8, which I was a little scared because up at the very top of 8 was a Goma blocking 2 doors, and I didn't have the bow yet. So I'm thinking, I hope there ain't nothing in there I need.
My 8 was really quick. After I found the recorder, like, right away, and I was kind of key blocked, I then, when I came back to it, I went to the right, and all of a sudden that was another staircase, so I just took the staircase, and then I think it was just, like, left 1, up 1 was the item, and, like, right 1 was the Triforce or something. It was, like, really quick.
Yeah, 8's Triforce was easy.
Yeah, the second item was, like, within a room or 2 of where the Triforce was, so I wasn't really stressing about that time loss.
But yeah, man, definitely a good game on it, and you just found a quicker path through 9 than I did.
And you saved the meat, just like I did.
Well, I only bought it because I had nothing else to spend rupees on, and I figured, I wasn't even going to give Zelda the meat, but since you did, I figured I would too.
Oh, so somebody told you I gave her the meat.
No, I just knew you would.
Oh.
And then plus, I did see it in SRL chat.
Oh, Jam said it.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I would gave her double meat, but she could have handled it. So 1 meat's fine.
You could have thrown 1 in the fire and just cooked it.
And no point. I like it raw. But anyway, that's beside the point. I agree. But anyway, I'm gonna go and hop off here, man, and salt in my loss. And congrats, Putz, and good luck against Rick here in a bit.
You bastard.
Yeah, I had to say.
Oh yeah, that's right. I was in your chat, Cantaloupe Me, and you were saying that, so now you're still giving it to him, even after he won the race.
Yes, I'm still going to give him the business, and I will wish him good luck till the very end. Just not before he eats. I won't do it on the eating contest, but Zelda Rando, yeah, I will.
All right, well, Cantaloupe, before you go, I just want to ask you, so for the next, if we do have another Zelda Randomizer Tournament in the future, unfortunately this was your second loss, will you be back to give it another shot?
Sure, why not? You know, it's something to do, and you know, I wasn't expecting to go deep in this. I was expecting to win at least one, but you know, it's just there's randomizer, there's skill, but then yet there is luck involved. And if anybody who's been in my chat during my streams know, I have really bad luck.
Yeah, that seems to be the case with speedrunning in any sort of way. I mean, every once in a while you get showered with good luck, but yeah, most of the time you're dealing with not so lucky things. But again, you played some great races, Cantaloupeme, and we definitely look forward to see you again. So you have a good night, and look forward to watching this next race.
Okay, man, have a good one.
Thanks, you too.